Hey everyone, it's Jonathan back with the entire Instant team for a meeting of the minds of sorts, because we have a lot to say about this guy, Manny MUA, or Manny Gutierrez is what his real name is, makeup artist, obviously the MUA.
It's not MUA.
It's my
Just so you know.
I learned that the hard way.
Now, right now I think beauty vids are huge on YouTube. They have been for a while, and I think mix that with like, we're in the midst of a breakdown of gender norms kind of era. Would you guys agree?
Fluidity.
Yeah, fluidity. So I think it's a perfect landscape for somebody like Manny to become bigger and bigger. He's even become one of people's most beautiful, which is really great. So Chris and Amanda, we'll start with you guys. So Manny thinks that makeup is genderless. Do you guys, how much influence do you think he's having on others seeing, you know, kind of a makeup is normally a woman's thing? How is he breaking down those stereotypes?
I mean, I think there's 2 points that I like about Manny in particular. I love the fact that he has the facial hair still when he does his makeup. So it's like, it's really kind of, again, like putting his twist on how he wears makeup. Sometimes it's just a little bit, you know, just a light touch, and then sometimes it's full on glam, and he can rock both. And so I really feel like he's on the front lines of this movement where he sees makeup as an art form, and you know, I've worked with makeup artists, women, men, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like to use that as an artistic form and of expression for everyone is really what he represents, and I love that.
And if you have the skills, you know, who cares if you're male, female, if you can do really good eyeshadow and really good foundation, like, more power to you. I have very limited skills in that aspect, so I think it's great that he can kind of, like, he shows me up, like, you know, again, like with the gender norms, like since I'm a girl, I should probably be able to like do really good makeup and do good eyeshadow, but it's like, I really can't. And, you know, as a male, he does a way better job than I ever could. If you're passionate about it, who cares if it's, you know, doesn't fit into a box of what, you know, you're supposed to be doing or what you're supposed to be into.
It's just his talent, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he was as talented at putting it together. I think people would probably like, there'd be a lot of backlash on that more so often. Well, he's been on YouTube since 2014, which is actually pretty recent, What? But he was on Instagram before that, so BJ, you're scrolling now through Instagram. Like, now. How have you seen his like evolution? Because he did do the facial hair since the beginning.
Right.
He stayed himself.
Well, I mean, I think it's nice that right now he's like presenting a very editorialized vision. And what's great is that he didn't really go back and delete his history. And so you see how these are the candid moments that I think is really like sweet and really accessible, and I think that's what gets everybody really liking him a lot.
Yeah, I think if you scroll, you'll notice like he goes from like casual, normal, everyday kind of Manny, still looking stylish, but like he's got more stylized with his pictures as you scroll up. But at the same time, it's been like a very like seamless transition in that kind of style. So I like that. But Laurel, Stephanie. So you've seen his YouTube page, so he jumps from Instagram to YouTube. He kind of posted a really great video about why he wanted to do a YouTube
Oh, I loved that. I hadn't seen that in a while, and when I watched it, I was like, oh, nice timing, Manny.
Yeah.
It's just like he has come so far while also like kind of staying himself, but what stood out to me was he was very humble. He was like, I'm here because I want people to get to know me, and hopefully my story and my experiences can help someone.
I figure if I can help someone with my experience to get through theirs, why not?
Hopefully I can help them. It shouldn't be given to me that I'm a role model.
Not that I'm saying that I deserve to be a beacon of hope. I'm not saying that.
And he talked about also how he grew up Mormon. So that was like a big, like, because obviously in that kind of culture, it wasn't really okay and acceptable to be a gay person in that community.
So it was tough at first for me, and finding myself was such a huge, just aha moment. Like, of course I'm gonna be this. This is how I'm gonna be. Like, I'm just gonna be me.
So kind of like just growing up in that space and now coming like full circle, but now like taking advantage of like what his passion is, which is makeup, and expressing himself in that way. It was really cool that like he could kind of step out from how he grew up. So that was really inspiring.
I think it helps that he comes from Mac. He was working at Mac.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
why when he like started all this, so he was like, he knew what he was talking about, which I think
like, oh, hey,
helped a lot.
Exactly, and he's come so far because like when he started, he didn't know how to edit or anything, and now his like videos are like amazing. And he's still the same, his personality back then is like still his personality now, so like it hasn't changed him, so that's what's good.
He's a little feisty, which is
he's feisty. He's been that way from the beginning.
Or whatever the f you want to call it. It's funny because I actually cuss more when I'm nervous. Have you guys noticed that? You probably never have.
So you've seen the old video of when he actually like I thought it was really funny. I was watching the old stuff when he actually calls out who he wants to collab with.
Oh, right. I know.
Yeah.
And he has a little...
Everybody!
Everybody that was big at the time.
He has a little Joey Graceffa shout out when somebody asked him who he had a crush on.
I would say boy, Joey Graceffa. And I know a lot of people are like, dude, he's straight, dude, he's gay. I honestly, honest to God, I think he's gay.
Because I guess Joey wasn't out by at that point.
I
So
would
he's like-
ship them, for sure.
I would ship them,
too. You know,
If Joey wasn't in like such a serious relationship, I would totally ship that.
I know, right.
Who did he say he wanted to collab with? Like, he did say, like...
He said Nikki Tutorials,
Yeah.
Desi
Wayne
Perkins, Wayne Goss,
Yeah.
Patrick
all the
Star,
big
which he ended up
ones.
doing a lot
Right.
with.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did so much to do videos with Patrick. He did a lot of, like, personal events.
Personal events. Now they're like brothers. Like
Yeah.
it's like they're attached at the hip.
I'm a curvy girl.
He's hefty.
When you went to where he collabed with the latest
Oh,
launch
yeah.
party,
Jeffree
Yeah.
Star.
Jeffree
It
Star.
was so much fun. It was a really cool event. It was celebrating his birthday as well. There were manservants there. They would go get you drinks.
perfect.
And we actually got to have a sneak peek at the actual collection itself. It looks amazing. A lot of times people don't realize how much thought kind of goes into these things, because even Jeffree and Manny in their video talking about it, I mean, they, I think, started having talks about the collection in like August of last year, and it's now April.
A long time.
Well, it's like his fourth product collab, which I think it's so obvious when you're a makeup artist do a makeup line, but I mean, you've seen people do collabs, like, I'm sure that he gets bombarded all the time. Does this one make more sense?
I think so. I mean, it's amazing to see Jeffree Star's like influence on the makeup scene and how it's covered all this ground, and having someone like Manny is actually just like a perfect fit.
Milk me.
Oh my god, my udders are burning right now.
Do you think it's fair now that his friends get to do reviews of his product? Everybody does product reviews. Like
Oh,
makeup artists.
right.
Would that make you nervous if you were like, oh, here's
Oh, if they hate
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, like, if your
hopefully
fellow-
they always say
beauty-
nice things.
Yeah, right.
Like your
Yeah,
friends,
yeah.
right?
They have no
But
choice.
you would also want them to be honest. You
Right.
know, not every product is going to be your favorite, and sometimes you have your things that you really like, and you like things a certain way, or you like your lipstick, you know, foundation to be a certain way, and it's not always gonna be the same. It's not always gonna be perfect. So, you know, I would hope that people would be honest with him if
It's
it
about
wasn't their
saying it the
favorite.
right way. It's about
Right.
saying like, maybe this isn't my shade, or maybe this isn't
Yeah. This
what I would
formula
want,
isn't
but-
necessarily, you know,
But
something
just
I like.
also end with a positive.
We all adapt towards our friends' collaborations. Like, you know, when certain people are using certain colors and type of techniques on their products, I feel like I adapt towards it to support. So I think it's more of a support thing, and you know.
And it's
your
not like
friends
they're
have
paying
to
for
hop-
it anyways.
Yeah,
They get
exactly.
it for free.
It's free.
It's a free. I would take a free lipstick. Who cares?
Well, Laurel, he does his faves and disappointments.
Yeah.
He's been doing those for a long time. He actually did his like picks for a long time. Is that like one of your favorite things about his channel?
Oh, it totally is, because I kind of love, he's like the established expert. Like, I also watch it and I'm like, okay, well now, you know, I completely trust his opinion, one, but two, I can't afford the shit he's talking about. Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy it necessarily, but it's still so entertaining to watch because he highlights these things with actual personal stories of him using it. You know he's using the stuff and not just like, oh, let me try it now kind of thing.
And I feel like it's a good way if you're not super, if you don't have time to watch every single one of his videos and every single one of the videos that he's talking about different products or whatever, it's sort of like your recap. Like if you're like, okay, I will go back and I will watch most of his videos, but I only have time to watch this like 10-minute video right now. It's sort of a breakdown of like, here's what you need to know, here's what's good, here's what's not good, boom, and it's educational, informational, in very short amount of time.
And now we're obsessed with his dog. What's his dog?
Zaya.
Zaya.
Who was, I think Zaya was in the last one.
She's so cute.
He loves to laugh at himself and not take it
Yes,
so
he
seriously.
doesn't.
So even though he's the expert, he's doing things like putting on my makeup like with my fingers,
Yeah.
or you know,
Yeah.
or with my opposite hand. And
It's so relatable. I feel like when you put on makeup, like do makeup tutorials, it can get pretty robotic, which is still fun to watch because watching the transformations is always like, let me do that, please. But he's on your side too. He's like, I hope this looks good. Like he he did a mermaid like Coachella look, and he was like, oh, let's see, do I like this? Let me add some blue. Like, it wasn't so structured out and so like rigid, which is something that I think is really cool that he does.
Can we talk about how he starts his every video off? He says,
as always, if you guys don't like this video, if you guys don't like me, please don't f***ing watch it. You know the drill with that. You know the drill with that.
That's like my favorite
Which is
thing.
great. It's so great. You know, I think a lot of times with YouTube channels, you'll see in the comments, it's like, who cares? And it's like, why are you watching this?
Who cares?
You
Don't watch.
And if you ever watch when he goes on Miranda Sings channels, they do a lot of collabs. They're like literally best friends. Him and Colleen are like, they're the best. When he's even made her over, they made each other over into Miranda a couple times.
Yeah.
Love it.
So good.
All right, guys. Well, I was gonna say what he said. If you don't like this video, you don't like us, don't watch it, but you already did, so like it, and subscribe to this channel, and comment below and let us know what you think about Manny, or us, or Stephanie, or anybody.
And congrats to Manny on being one of people's
Congrats to Manny on being
Yes.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.